Hola and welcome to my Latina Words of Wisdom Refranes video. I'm filming this video on September 25th, 2021, and we're in the midst of Hispanic and Latinx Heritage Month, which runs from September 15th to October 15th every year. I'm very grateful and proud of my Puerto Rican and Cuban heritage. I feel that it defines me in so many different ways. In watching my videos, you know that I usually end each of them with a refrán. A refrán is a wise Latina saying or adage. Refranes are passed down by word of mouth in Latino families, primarily by the women in my family anyway. My mommy often used them to land her messages with my sister and I. Refranes are easy to remember. They're colloquial, poetic, witty, and they often rhyme. My mother Estelita had some favorites that she inculcated in my mind as well as my heart. I think of them as beloved oral gifts that were passed down through countless generations and are as precious to me as the old photographs and keepsakes that I salvaged from my parents' house when they passed away. In celebration of Hispanic and Latinx Heritage Month, today I'm going to share 5 of my mommy's favorite refranes along with their meanings. As I often say, refranes are spoken nuggets of wisdom, so make sure that you pay attention. Hola, chicas poderosas. I'm Mari Rosas, self-love trainer, and this is my YouTube channel, Chica Power, where you learn how to fall in love with yourself first. Ask a favor here. If you like this video and find it interesting, please hit the like button, and please, por favor, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also ring the bell, that way you're notified every time I upload a new video. Okay, are you ready? I'm so excited. Number 1 is de tal palo, tal astilla. This translates literally to of a certain tree, you have a certain splinter, and is very similar to the saying a chip off the old block, or like mother, like daughter, like father, like son. The assumption here is that children are very much like the people who raise them. I agree wholeheartedly with this statement. Like refrán repeating mother to refrán repeating daughter, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Or maybe I should use a more tropical analogy for my Cuban and Puerto Rican self and say that the coconut doesn't fall far from the palm tree. All right, I think you get the picture. Number 2 is a mal tiempo, buena cara. This literally translates into at bad times, a good face, and is very similar to saying smile in the face of adversity. I absolutely love this one because it speaks to maintaining a positive attitude during life's difficulties or challenges, instead of giving up or allowing negativity to contaminate our disposition. You cannot control a lot of what happens to you in life, but you can definitely control how you react to it. I find that if you go through life with a smile on your face, others will mostly react positively and mirror that smile, and good vibrations right back to you. Number 3 is dime con quién andas y te diré quién eres. This translates into tell me with whom you walk and I will tell you who you are. Or in other words, you should expect to be judged by the company that you keep. My mommy would use this one mostly when she was referring to someone, usually a classmate of mine or my sister's, who had fallen in with the wrong crowd, or other kids who didn't have a stand-up reputation. It also reminds me of another one of my mommy's favorites, mejor sola que mal acompañada, or it's better to be alone than in bad company. This one was more relevant to romantic relationships, though, and is one that I also subscribe to, as I often see women stay in toxic relationships because they are afraid to be on their own. What they need is a healthy dose of self-acceptance, self-love to boost their self-esteem and self-worth. Lots of selves there. See my videos on self-love for a deeper dive into all of these topics. Number 4 is querer es poder. This rhyming refrán translates into to want is to be able to do, and is very similar to the adage where there's a will, there's a way. My mommy used this one a lot when my sister and I would come up with excuses as to why we didn't want to do something. She quickly cut the BS with this refrán and put us right back on track. Number 5 is camarón que se duerme se lo lleva la corriente. This one is particularly comical, especially for someone like me who has a very vivid imagination. The translation is, the shrimp that falls asleep is carried off by the current. It's very similar to the saying, you snooze, you lose, except that it suggests more ominous consequences. The shrimp isn't only losing out on opportunities here, but is being carried away by a strong current to gosh knows where, and possibly into the mouth of a larger sea creature or a fisherman's net, since it's now floating out into the open somewhere. I couldn't help but include some visuals on this one. The lesson here is to not be so oblivious and or careless that you leave yourself open and defenseless to dangerous circumstances. This can apply to so many different situations, but here's an example. As someone who grew up in the Washington Heights section of New York City and later moved to the suburbs, I even lived in a rural area for about 5 years. I was appalled to learn that so many people leave their cars and homes unlocked because they feel that they live in a safe neighborhood. Well, I think we all know that crime can happen anywhere, even in safe neighborhoods. And I lock the doors and the windows of my cars and my home no matter where I live. If someone wants to steal my stuff, they're gonna have to work for it. Every once in a while, I see people posting on my neighborhood app that the contents of their cars were robbed or even their car was stolen. And it's always people who have left their car doors unlocked. I feel bad for them, but I always think to myself, this may not have happened if you had locked your car doors. It's such a simple thing. Well, that's it for today, chicas. I promised you 5, but actually delivered 6 because number 3 contained 2 refranes for the price of 1. And I'm going to end this video in true Chica power form with yet another refrán, which happens to be about today's topic, refranes. And this nugget of wisdom is, decir refranes es decir verdades, or to say refranes is to tell truths. This informs us that inside of each refrán is a well of wisdom, of knowledge gained through experience, of truth itself. I hope that I have landed that message with this video and in the process have made my mother proud. I lovingly pass these down to you, chicas poderosas. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and please give me your feedback in the comments down below. I would love to hear of any refranes or adages or sayings that were passed down to you by your parents or your grandparents. Besos y abrazos a todas. Hugs and kisses to all. Mwah!